This is TNT Money Monday.com. It's new and exciting, and we're discussing the hot stocks and stock options that are trading on the New York Stock Exchange each week. TNT's Money Monday.
Think and Trade LLC makes no investment recommendations and does not provide financial, tax, or legal advice. Content and tools are provided for educational and informational purposes only. Any stock options or future symbols displayed are for illustrative purposes only and are not intended to portray a recommendation to buy or sell a particular security. Products and services intended for U.S. customers and may not be available or offered in other jurisdictions. Online trading has inherent risk, system response, and access times that may vary due to market conditions, system performance, volume, and other factors. Options and futures involve risk and are not suitable for all investors. Please read characteristics and risks of standardized options and risk disclosure statements for futures and options prior to trading. And investors should understand these and additional risks before trading.
Hey, to all of you that's coming on to TNT Money Monday, we'd like to welcome you as things come together here. It is 7:30. I hear you knocking 1, 2, 3. We're going to let everybody in. We're letting them in one by one. Just a moment here. We're going to go live. Let me see if I can get my screen up. Let's see who's out there on Facebook. Hey, Stevens, Wiggins, Plum, Askew, Epps. Hey, welcome to TNT Money Monday. Hey, if you can hear me loud and clear, somebody open up their microphones. Give me a great big yes. We can get started. I love what I do. You know what I do?
Yes.
I help. I love it. Thank you, whoever that was. I love helping people make money. Listen, anybody in the stock market today made any money? Anybody besides me? I hate to be the only one, but I sure would tell you what I did and how I did it. Anyone else have a stock or favorite that they traded today? No? Wow. Well, listen, oh, there it is. Somebody hollered L-U-M-N, L-U-M-N. Awesome. I'm so glad for you. I'm so glad. And listen, I'm doing double duty here, so I need y'all to bear with me. Both I have to have people join in as well as kind of monitor my screens and other thing that's going on. Listen, I'm going to tell you what's been so exciting for me is week after week, we've been getting together and people have been discussing the different stocks, options, and penny stocks that they've been trading. And I'm not going to waste your time tonight. I'm going to jump right in. I'm going to start sharing my screen right away. I've got a short presentation here tonight, and we're going to share that. And then we're going to take some questions and see how we can help anybody who's trading or who's looking to trade get involved with trading. Let me share my screen to make sure you can see me. I don't know. I think that was somebody else said, hey, they made money on LTUM. Let me ask you, if you would type either in the chat box as I bring my screen up. Oh, CT. Yeah, you know, that was on my radar, CTXR. Are you trading penny stocks? Are you trading stocks? Penny stocks are described as anything below $5. Somebody said pennies. And anybody trading anything above pennies, because we're going to touch on each and every one of them. All right, let me see. Who would be Teresa? Welcome, Teresa. You're going to be my point person for tonight, Teresa. You just joined in, and I appreciate it. Teresa, can you hear me loud and clear? What I want to know, if you can see my screen. I've just shared my screen. Talk to me, Teresa.
Yes.
That's what's up. Listen, let's jump in. The Dow Jones finally turned at least a little bit of a number here today. I hope I got the right one up. I don't know why this seems a little different to me. 27 points. The NASDAQ hit minus 341 plus a couple 42. And then the S&P was down to 30.21. I hope my numbers are right. For some reason, that don't seem right to my memory. Maybe a little bit of change. My first question that I always ask people is, when you're trading and you've been trading for a while, do you use what's called a heat map? A heat map helps you to understand which stocks are losing money and which stocks are making money. Now, if you look at it overall as just a stock, you would be lost at the overall view of what's coming from this particular chart. If you would pay close attention, like you see here, technology, communications, you know, if you've been trading technology like I have, man, I was in the red. I was so far in the red. I was like, oh, am I going to make it out of this? Yeah, but I'm holding on for good reason and good cause. My technology stock, most of them are actual stocks. So I really don't worry about them as much as I would if I was in an option. And so we're going to discuss some of the options too tonight. Excuse me there. We're going to discuss some of the options too that are available for you to trade. I'm going to throw out a couple of ideas. And if we need to, we can pull up some charts and look at some charts and graphs. But I think tonight may be a little bit shorter than normal, just because I've been in constant work. I've been on a 7-day schedule here recently, and this young man is starting to feel the effects of it. And so I just want you to bear with me as I, take a little break. Let's jump in that first stock. When I look at this stock right here, PN, its symbol is PNN. You want to put it on your watch list. If you've been looking at it over any period of time, you see that it's been on a pretty exciting run. Right now, PN has kind of set itself up for about a $7 gap from its previous high. If you've been listening to me for a while, you know that I often say higher highs make higher highs. And that's what's happening with this particular stock as it starts to move. You can see also from my screen that it's an actual gaming stock, and it's brought a lot of interest. But I want you to also know the different avenues that some of these gaming stocks are moving into. You'll see this right here is also dealing with slot machine and entertainment, but it's also jumping on the social media line where you want to really be cognizant of the fact of the different markets that they're moving into. This is also an area or a way that you can tell that these particular stocks are progressing and what's giving them that extra push as they move into different areas. The next stock I want you to take a look at is CVX. CVX, of course, it's a major corporation. It's Chevron. Chevron Corporation, it's oil from the oil industry, the energy industry, and energy has been on a uproar. It has been on a major move. You'll see that oil has been moving up slightly, and I want you to keep an eye on this one. There's some room there for profits to be made. I think I'm going to jump out of this just for a second, and I'm going to share a different screen. Let me go over here, and I want to share. Let me stop sharing right here, and let me pull up my Thinkorswim platform, and let's take a quick look at PN, and then we're going to jump right back in. Teresa, I'm changing screens as we speak. Will you let me know when you can see my Thinkorswim platform? And it should be coming up right about now.
Yes.
Great. Here we look at PN, and we look at the stock and how much it has actually dropped off today. But this is a actual stock. Now, some of the things that I like to do when I trade stocks that may be a little bit different from others, of course, we're using our support and resistance lines to set things up. But not only that, I like some stocks that have actually taken a dip. Now, that's my personal way of trading. The reason why is I'm looking for a stock that will have a nice move back to the upside. And what I'm seeing right here, when I think about a stock, I think about something that's long term. In other words, long term to me may not be long term to you. Some people hold them 1 and 2 years. No, I mean 3 to 6 months. I like for a stock to make a move and be able to cash out. And then I like buying larger blocks of stocks. But here we look at this right here, and you can see at the end of the day, this stock had dropped off from 124 during the day. And you can see how it panned out right here at 117. So when I think about this stock, there's approximately a $7 gap to get back to where it was. This is the reason why I like some stocks that fall off. Now, I don't always choose all stocks that fall off. I do my research and due diligence on a stock before I make that commitment. But here, I would pick a stock like this, just for an example, and I would look to gain $2 or $3. Now, I may buy anywhere from 100, maybe even a little less, 50 shares. So when I think about 50 times, even $4, I'm thinking about how much money I can pull out at that point. That'll give me about $350 profit. One of the things I like is I set a goal. I don't know about you. My regular goal is on average is about $500 a day, and I can do that anywhere between 3 to 4 times a week, which gives me, an extra anywhere between 2,000 or 1,500 to 2,000 a week extra income. I mean, just sitting here, because that's not all I do. I still teach, I still train, I got other activities, got some property and so forth. So it's not just that, it's the fact that it's easy money. Not only that, I can take my cell phone and I can trade from anywhere. Sometimes I'm actually on vacations, even when I'm doing these events. But I'll take a stock like this right here, and I'll set my marker. I'll go in and I'll create my particular alert after I've bought this particular stock. And only thing I want my alert to do is to tell me when this stock has jumped up about $3, because that's normally my watching point to think about getting out of a particular stock. And all I got to do is right click that, create that marker, and right there it's already set to give me some guidance. Now I know that's up 5. I just did that as an example. It's more than that, ain't it? 3 and yeah, that's up 8. But I did that as an example of how easy it is to track certain information. But on something like this, I would only put this up to about 120.75 and look for an alarm. I'm going to jump back over to my other one. Let me stop back here. No, matter of fact, let me stay right here. Let me jump right over to Chevron, CVS, I believe it was. Oh, CSV probably. Let's change that around. CVS is I hate that. You know what happens with me oftentimes? I have so many CVX. I have so many stocks that run through my head that sometimes it is a task to keep up with all of the ones that come through. There we go. Got it. Good. Right here, you can see it had a high of 93 today. I would trade this just off of understanding what I do about oil. I don't know if you do any research. One of the best places you can look is on Yahoo Finance for information and research. And at the end of this, I'm going to give you some quick information on short squeeze too. I haven't forgot that. But the information that's on Yahoo digs really deep into a particular stock. If you'll look in some of those areas and try to dissect some of that information that's coming out. The other area that I do, and I don't know if many traders do this, I'm always looking at a particular earnings when a stock is going to report its earnings. If you'll notice, if you track a block of stocks, and when I say a block, anywhere between 10 to 15 stocks, if you track them, if you'll notice during earnings season of that particular stock every 4 months, that stock normally has a rise in it, you can trade just that stock and make profits off of it by buying 10, 15 shares at a time. If you're looking to gain basically, $15, $30, $40 at a time, depending on what your trading account is situated at, then you can gain from those particular times that each stock is trading near its earnings. Normally about 2 weeks out before earnings, you'll start to see a stock move. Let me give you this little thing I did today. I had this stock right here, and I was holding it, and I think I was somewhere between I think I was about 400 down. And I had it since I think February 10th or something like that, almost 12 days ago. Well, I knew today, that, like I'm sharing with you, that they were going to report their earnings, Plus Therapeutics. They reported their earnings at 4 o'clock today. And I was still here at the end of the day. I was still trading, and the stock after hours jumped up in the market. When it went up in the market, I jumped right in the after hours market. I traded it. I took about 550 bucks out in short order, and boom, just like that. And that's what I mean. You can see how this stock now has paying back off. It is a penny stock. I had 1,000 shares of it, and that's just what I mean. It's those type of things that you're able to do that can help you to make money, especially when you place yourself in a position to buy blocks of stock and cash out. I just threw that in as a penny stock to give you an example of a particular trade that I did today. Let me jump back over to my other screen there. Teresa, I'm dependent on you once again. I'm going to bring up my PowerPoint slide if I can get everything to cooperate with me right here. And somebody, there's Cal knocking at the door. And let's jump right back in. Can you see my thinker's correction? Can you see my PowerPoint slide there?
No.
Nope, not yet. Okay. Let me give it another shot and let's change screens here. One more time. How about now?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. The next area I wanted to talk to people about, because we cover on Monday night, we cover stock options and penny stocks, and penny stocks is coming. The next one is home. I don't know if you spend any time at home, but I've remodeled a couple of houses and even doing some property purchasing. At home is a great place to find just about any accessory that you're looking for your home. This popped up on one of my squeeze screens that I trade with. You want to take a look at this one as a option that will move up. Now, when you trade options, you really want to know what's happening in the marketplace, just like I showed you the heat screen. Understand whether the consumer market is on an uptrend or a downtrend before you jump into something like that. And I understand the premise of really making money is you got to do a lot of small little things like check the earnings, check the heat map, and understand that particular option and how it moves before you jump in it. The next one I want you to take a look at is SKT. Now, I jumped in this late today, and it's one of the Tanger outlets stocks, and I think that it's going to make a nice run. I'm just going to go in there, and I don't plan to make a whole lot, maybe 50, 100 bucks. I think I was at 30 or 40 bucks by the end of the day. But this, I think, is a nice little place to pull some capital out of. But you, on your behalf, please, please, please do your own due diligence, as we always suggest. The next ones are the penny stocks, which many people like to take a look at. The first one is TPHS, Trinity Place Holdings. It is engaged in its ownership of investment and development of real estate property. As you know, or if you don't, the real estate market right now has very, very low inventory. And one of the reasons why inventory is so low is because the interest rates are at such a place where people can buy more for their money. This probably is going to continue for a little while yet, but we are facing, and everybody must think about this. Be careful with your trading. Make your money and get out unless you have trades that your stocks that you're holding long term. Inflation is going to kick in at some point, and that's going to affect the market. What they're saying right now is there's been some turbulence in I believe it was in the bond market, where the yield was starting to move up, and so everything becomes shaky. I think the last 3 days the market really has been down, and when you look at the technology side of it, technology has really taken a beating. So, you know, I'm a Warren Buffett fan. Warren Buffett has this saying that I like. He said, when everybody else is selling, I'm buying. And when everybody else is buying, I'm selling. So I'm looking for some real deals. I've been noticing a number of stocks that have been fluctuating. Matter of fact, that PSTV, the one I showed you tonight, if you would take a look over the past 3 days, and you'll notice the range of how much you can get out of that stock, it can be a great opportunity if you can look to catch that on the downside and then look to rebound it as it moves up. My thing with penny stocks, because I like to trade in blocks of 1,000, 2,000. Once again, I'm only looking for anywhere from 20 to 40 cents. If you're starting out, 10 to 15 cents is good. Don't get greedy. My saying is pigs get slaughtered. And unless you got something that you know more about that stock and you just want to hold on to it, there's nothing like that feeling when you make money from a particular stock. I'm telling you, it's just something on the inside when you made that money. And that's why I encourage people, get those first wins under your belt before you come in, because at some point you'll have a losing trade, but you will recover if you don't give up. The next one, it's a little bit of a slow mover, but it can give out some nice profits. Its symbol is FLMN. FLMN. It's called Falcon Materials Corporation, and it's also in the oil industry or the materials industry. So you want to take a look at that. Those are two that you can begin to look at and think about trading those. Now, my last thing that I want to talk about, and I'm going to give you my what is called my short squeeze report. Let me see if I can, go back. If you can, I'm going to copy that and I'm going to place it over in the chat box as I open up the microphones. But this report right here will begin to show you how short squeezes work. If you missed the opportunity on GameStop, and I know many did, many made, a lot of money on it. And then there was some people lost a lot of money on it. And there's some people still holding. Nonetheless, short squeezes are not new to the industry. The problem with most is they don't understand how to get in a short squeeze to profit and get out. And this will give you just a basic overview of what a short squeeze is. My particular opinion on it is get some real knowledge and understanding before you jump into one. I know so many people, it's kind of saddens me sometimes. They'll see what's on Wall Street bets and they'll want to jump right in and not have enough information. Please, please, please do your research, because money is hard to come by unless you just got some to give away. I can give you my Cash App. It's Cash App Vic. Okay, I'm just kidding, y'all. But if you do have some you just want to give away, I can give you my Cash App and you can send it to me. And I tell you what I'm going to do right there. I'm going to stop for tonight. And I know I made it quick. I've gave you about 6 different opportunities to look at if you're trading all stock options. Stocks, options, and penny stocks, you got something to look at. And if you're trading just penny stocks, then you got a couple to look at also. I'm going to copy this, and this is you're going to be able to download this right away. I'm going to place it right there in our chat screen, and then we're going to open up the microphones, and we're going to talk about any stocks or options or penny stocks that you would like to discuss. The microphones are now open. Who has what? Y'all got to talk to me. Cal, you always got a question. What's your question for tonight? How my partner doing? One new message. All right, let's see what we got.
What happened with Bitcoin today?
Bitcoin dropped by about 5,000. Not quite sure. I don't think the Bitcoin run is over. I've seen different corporations are coming on board, so I don't think it's over. I think part of what Elon Musk might have said could have spooked somebody. He was making statements about Bitcoin, even though he invested pretty heavily in it. There's just some reservations, and it started to drop here today, but the market was having a pretty tough day overall. So that's the best I can see. I didn't really jump into Bitcoin too much today. I just took a quick look and seen that it was down.
I think Janet Yellen did. So she had an interview where she was talking about it too. So
oh yeah,
she went. She wasn't sounding too positive about Bitcoin, so that might have spooked everybody too.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I honestly didn't. Sorry, I couldn't answer that one for you.
Yeah.
Anyone else? All right, y'all, because I'm still live here on Facebook. So if there's somebody, go ahead.
CTXR.
CXR? Uh-huh.
CTXR.
CTXR. Okay, what's your question on it?
Yeah, what do you got? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I was thinking about trading CTXR this morning. I'm gonna share my screen and bring up my Thinkorswim platform. I'll take a quick look at it. I think it has a great opportunity for a run, and I think let me see. It was up to $2.09. It's down 230 or 90 cents. It's down to 232. Based on how you trade, I personally would hold it. I like the stock. I like what it's been doing. I've been watching its movement for a while now. It has popped up on both my momentum screen and one other screen that I use to run my penny stocks from. And I run penny stocks in different variables, anywhere from $1 to $2, $2 to $3 to break mine down so that I can not have so much to look at. And it is popped up on a number of different screens that I use. I think it's going to be, it's going to take off and make a nice little run. Let me take a quick look over here. I want to look at something even while that's up. Let me see what's happening on the short side. I'm going to jump over to, let me go to Yahoo Finance for a second. And I'm going to change screens on you. And Barbara, do me a favor. Tell me if you can see my screen right now.
Yes, I can.
Okay, I'm going to put in CTXR. There, it pops right up. You can see I've been looking at it. Yeah, it's got a little 10-cent move after hours. Right here is something that I like. If you go into statistics and you're looking at a particular stock and you think that it may have some type of a short squeeze or something in it going on, most short squeezes, and I know I didn't really talk about it tonight because I'm getting ready to teach a class on it, you'll start to see huge volumes with shares that are being shorted. That's not very many compared to the shares that are outstanding and the average shares that are moving over the 10-day average. And then also, if you would go in when you're looking at something like this and you think that it might have a short squeeze that would push it up, also come down here. When this gets over this short float gets over 10%, is when that stock is really, people are starting to look at it to do like they did with GameStop to try to, take advantage. And then you'll have a lot of people piling in and buying to push that particular stock higher. But this particular stock, I like it, even from just a standpoint to buy and hold for a while. I'm going to take another look at it actually on tomorrow. And I'm really thinking about jumping in and getting some of that for myself there. It's pretty nice stock. Anyone else? No? Anyone else? All right. Listen, well, thank everybody for joining me tonight. We normally run anywhere between a half an hour and an hour. I've given out my ideal stocks. Barbara, you had another question for me that I missed?
I just want to comment about the LTUM.
One more time. LT.
Yeah, LTUM.
LTUM. All right. Let's give this one a look. LTUM. Any certain question you had about this in general?
So I like that for the long term because it's what it's into.
Yeah, lithium has come on the screen as a big mover. If I'm not mistaken, please don't hold my feet to the fire on this one. I thought I read a article where there is an increased need for lithium in batteries, but at the same
That's
time,
correct.
I thought I read an article that there was a somewhat of a shortage to keep up with the demand because of all the EV or electric vehicles that were coming on board. So if all those scenarios are true, it will cause this stock right here to be pushed higher and higher because there would be more demand for lithium than there would be the supply. And anytime you got more of a demand, then you know prices automatically are going to push higher. But I would, do just a little bit more due diligence if you want to jump in that or you're already into it. Just make sure you keep your ear to the ground on what's happening with it, so you can take full advantage. Because I've been seeing some stocks here, and I kid you not, you all, I've been seeing some penny stocks that have jumped from like even 7 cents to like $3 and $4, and I've seen some from 92 cents jumping up as high as $7 and more, and those are some huge gains on penny stocks. So keep your ear to the ground, and I think you can do well with it if there is a true shortage on it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody, I'll say again, it's been a plum pleasing pleasure. That's what my friend Les Brown used to say. But each and every week, at the end of the week, I hope that you would do your due diligence so that you can be successful in stock, options, penny stock trading. Until next week, we say love, peace, harmony, and soul. And you have a good night.
All
Thank
right.
you for
Good night.
joining me. Good night.